Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and we're back with another Total War Warhammer video. We've spent enough time looking towards the Lizardmen in the newest SFO Grimhammer patch, The Great Plan, but some other changes have also come into effect. So today we're going to look at the Beastmen, and as you can see, there are a few changes that we need to talk about. As the Beastmen have recently received their own official rework by Creative Assembly, the SFO team have gone in and just changed some things around, removed some stuff and added some other stuff too. So let's not waste any more time and jump right in. The Beastmen Zangors have received a visual update alongside all the other Beastmen, but let's look at this one first. So now they've got beaks, they're more Tzeentchian, it's just more thematic and actual with the lore. They're actually quite powerful, as you can see. With 175 range, they're able to do damage from quite far away, especially if you want more ranged and skirmishing builds. The Slineshi Slangles have also received quite an update. With armor-piercing melee damage, vanguard deployment and stalk, they can move around the battlefield fairly quickly and ambush enemy opponents. They're actually quite good for what they do, and I've been using them a lot recently. The Pestigors really have that Nurgle look to them now, and they are extremely tanky. With poison attacks, the defender trait, resilience and regeneration have them hold down a choke point and watch them as they can just take punishment after punishment without really losing too many of their numbers. And finally the Khorngors, very much ready to claim skulls in the name of the Blood God. Anti-infantry, melee experts, juggernauts and aerial attacks. These are a absolute blender unit, very capable of just ripping apart enemy lines and not really having to worry too much about them. Just throw them into the enemy and don't worry about them too much, as this is what they do best. You'll be able to unlock your God Touch scores by going through your technology tab. You can see here that 8 new technologies have been added in and they're all linked towards your God Touch scores. 2 for Khorne, 2 for Nurgle, 2 for Slaanesh and 2 for Tzeentch. Don't worry about the further stuff in the bottom, we'll be talking about that soon, but as you can see here, the first of each respective one will allow you to expand your secondary buildings in the garrison, and you'll be able to start unlocking recruitment for your Pestigors, Zangors, and so on. The second for each officially tied one is to boost up the capabilities of said God Touch score, so you'll be able to make them a little stronger in the battlefield, but it will also reduce the completion rate for your technology, so keep that in mind and try not to get yourself down to a very low research rate very early on. Now you'll see that you'll require a tier 3 Hearthstone to be able to get these God Touch cores and then build up their respective buildings, as they've been split up between each of the 4 buildable slots. So this means that you're going to have to pick and choose as you build up your Hearthstones. Each of the Hearthstones have also received some little updates here and there to balance them out, as it felt like some of them were just stronger than others, and obviously you would be going for the meta. They are all still fairly powerful, however, as to not take away from the massive Beastmen update that has recently arrived and keep them at a level playing field. Khazrak's faction effects, the Scourge of the Drakwold, has been updated accordingly. Dread cost minus 20% for all unit capacity upgrades. Khazrak's faction can recruit units globally, evasion chance when using the beast path plus 10%, ambush success chance plus 10%, and a unique unit, the Mutated Warhound. The Mutated Warhound is of course in reference to the fact that Khazrak is very fond of Chaos Warhounds, and it is fairly powerful, as you can see on screen. All its stats are listed there. A legendary unit, a duelist, fast attacks and capable. With 100 speed and a high charge bonus, it can move around the battlefield without too much of an issue and just demolish anything it comes into contact with. This is perfect for flanking your enemies or picking out, of course, any different types of war machines that may be straggling. The Warhound itself can be recruited from a special encampment building only available to Khazrak, which in its final form has the following bonuses. Dread cost minus 10 for all unit capacity upgrades, ambush success chance plus 20% for own armies and province, leadership aura size plus 100% when attacking own armies and province, and finally income from all horde buildings plus 40%, own armies faction-wide. Khazrak will also have access to a bunch of different technologies which are linked to the third level of a Beastman Herdstone. These are varied and you need to think about exactly what you want to build. They'll provide loads of bonuses for practically loads of different things. The only difference is that they are grouped up. So as you can see, there's a lot of different groups and they're divided into groups of 2. You can only pick one and each of them will vary in terms of different bonuses. It very much depends on the player's playstyle and what exactly they want from that, but this will make Khazrak a lot more powerful. Malagor's faction effects, the Path of the Crowfather, has also been changed with the following effects. Dread cost minus 50% for all hero capacity upgrades. When normally killed in battle, your lords would be wounded instead. Unique Winds of Magic army abilities in Technology Tree and Prophecy Dilemma every 30 turns. Horde Growth plus 4, and finally Recruit Rank plus 5 for Bray Shaman and Great Bray Shamans. Malagor will also have access to a unique building only available to his Horde, which in its final level has the following effects. Miscast base chance minus 10% for all armies faction-wide. Campaign movement range plus 20% own armies and province. Melee defense plus 8 when defending own armies and province. Speed plus 20% for all units own armies in province. And finally, Horde growth plus 8 own armies in province. Malagor and his faction will also have access to a unique skill branch, which is more focused around using the more destructive winds of magic in an effort to make this faction much more spellcaster focused as it should be. These themselves are very powerful army abilities, and it also links up to a powerful buff known as Smother Their Hope, which has a lot of bonuses. All enemies have lowered melee weapon damage by 10% during battles, enemy siege holdout time minus 5, recruit rank plus 5 for Bray Shamans and Great Bray Shamans, the passive ability known as Totem of Rust for all characters which reduces enemy armor, and finally melee attack plus 10 for Regiment of Renown units. Morga the Shadowgave will also have access to his own unique technology branch, a rather expensive one as you can see here, but very worth it as the bonuses themselves are extremely powerful and will make his faction very dangerous, especially throughout the ruins of the old world. Morga still needed a bit of quality of life changes to make him a bit more terrifying, and he's definitely more dangerous now. However, of course it will cost a decent amount of your treasury, so you're going to have to start raiding as much as possible and start making that bank. Morga will also have access to his own unique building for his Horde, which when fully upgraded has the following benefits. Income from raising settlements plus 20% for own armies faction-wide. Casualty replenishment plus 40% for own armies and province. Attrition plus 60% when under siege, enemy armies in region, melee attack plus 8 during forest battles, own army and province, and of course he will have access to Wild Dragon Ogres. In fact, Morga's faction is the only one that will have access to Wild Dragon Ogres now out of all the Beastmen. Taurox will not get a lot of changes, but he will be able to teleport at the beginning of the campaign, very much like every single other Beastman Legendary Lord. So you can start in the Northern Old World, you can start in Southern Araby, Western Lustria, or remain where the vanilla baseline start is. That's pretty much it in terms of Taurox, barring some minor balancing here and there, but this is the Beastmen now getting a further update alongside the recent official rework. They just needed a few quality of life changes here just to make them a bit more unique, and not much was really needed to change. But what do you think about the Beastmen changes? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and let's start a bit of a discussion. But with that, my friends, we've come to the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, might I suggest giving the video a like, or even subscribing to the channel, as it really does help us out. In the description section below are various links to different social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram and Discord. Also in the description section is an affiliate link with Element Games where you could buy loads of hobby-based products, not just Warhammer, for 10 to 25% off. Making a purchase using that link and also our special code, which is also in the description, supports the channel at no extra cost to you, which we think is rather cool. A big thank you to our patrons. Your support means the world to us. It's amazing that people want to help a small channel like us grow and get to a higher level of content. A big thank you to Gibraltar LUSC, Ryan Bertsche, Andrew Prince, and Okro for subscribing to us at our Fane level. You guys are super cool. And a big thank you to Edward Yule, VS Vasan, Aaron Whitman, and Shaggy for subscribing to us at our King level. Honestly, we can't thank you all enough. And lastly, a big thank you to all of you for liking, sharing, and commenting on these videos. Honestly, it's because of you guys that the channel's been growing at such a great pace lately, so we can't thank you all enough. But with that, my friends, thank you so much for watching once again, and we shall see you all again very, very soon. Have a good day.